Okay, what are we talking about today? Today we're gonna talk about things being monotone or boring, and the fact that some things might feel monotone or neutral or whatever term you want to use for like quote unquote boring or staying the same. Boring in the most neutral sense, right? Like not in a negative sense. I think I lost my whole point. Boring is not, negative or positive. It just is, right? So like some things can handle being a certain tone, and where I learned like, oh, things have to be balanced and dynamics and stuff needs to happen. Da 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 da. It's also good that some things can handle being boring. Some things can handle staying the same, and there's nothing wrong with that necessarily. I had a great conversation with a friend, and we were talking about art and abstract art, and then he mentioned like the power of the artist, working from the imagination, creating things that are not reality yet, or things that have not come into fruition just yet in the realm where you live, but in your imagination, it is very much possible to create something of that um, caliber, or something in that spectrum of events happening, instead of recreating reality within your art. And then in there, still proposing your imagination and still not denying the reality of the world you live in. And we also spoke about the problem is sometimes that we cannot look past that problem. A challenge, you cannot look past the challenge. Is the challenge. The fact that you're stuck on it instead of stuck on, whatever you need to be focused on in a way. Which was quite interesting because I think I deal with this challenge at times too. And I think when I'm able to look past the challenge, I can see the lesson, and I gain consciousness, awareness of the situation, and I'm more able to accept. Well, not already accepted it. I think I'm more able to assess the situation and concentrate on what is essential. In in short, you know. A great question. Also, another friend of mine asked when we were chilling. She said, "What is something you want to achieve in life without compromising? Your whole life. There's many things you will do. There's many things that you desire. Some things you drop. Some things you, some are new things that you want, or what is something you want to achieve without compromising?" My mind was empty, and I think after thinking for quite some time, maybe a week, I think for me it's not necessarily an event or an activity. I think it's more a certain lifestyle where I'm prioritizing myself and living simple, loving myself, taking care of myself and the people I care about, and just having a community of good people, good friends, and all different kinds of artists that connect or not connect with what I do. I think that is something that I'm not willing to compromise on. But it's not just one thing, like, oh, I want to dance for, I want to work for, I want to achieve this, and then, you know? And I came to the realization, listening to Nikki Giovanni and James Baldwin, I came to the realization that, oh no, this was actually just James Baldwin talking to, being interviewed, I think. He said a person that doesn't love. No. James Baldwin said a person that doesn't know love is dangerous. A person that does not know love is not able to recognize love is dangerous because they have no place of practicing humility. Ah. And then I started thinking about it, and all of the people, previous people in my life that I came to the realization that they cannot recognize love or loving gestures. In this context, we will also count acts of service or words of affirmation. Confirmation, is that a word of confirmation? I don't know. The different love languages, and I think it is dangerous even if they don't know they're dangerous. I used to say a lot. Even if love would hit you with a bat, they would not recognize it. And I think that is very dangerous indeed because it's very easy to be um, to be harsh and rude and not be considerate of other people's feelings is actually very challenging and has some difficulty to go through life and be kind. Like today, I tried my best. I gave it my all to every time something happened that triggered me to look at someone a certain way or someone bumped my bag and I would just, who did that? I practiced like that person has to go somewhere too. That person might be in a hurry. That person might not be in the right headspace. Or I even don't have to assume anything. I can just allow that moment just to pass in my mind like a cloud and just allow it to happen. It just happened. I don't need to feel any type of way about it, you know? And this is a relationship I want to have with my ego. I want it to work for me, not work against me, especially not in daily life. Because I am my competition, not other people. I wrote down being comfortable while being perceived, some people see or experience as queer. My experience, when we see the masculine as doing and the feminine as being, then being perceived and being comfortable while being perceived, some people call sassy. Mm. You know? Radical authenticity is still, something to practice, something that not majority of the people are doing. Love has never been a popular movement, James Baldwin, and I think loving yourself and loving different areas of yourself and expressing different areas of yourself takes great courage and practice. And I'm grateful to practice that on a day-to-day basis and to be in places where, where certain comments are being thrown and my perspective perspective and principles are challenged. I like that. And also feeling the need of not feeling the need that I don't need to defend myself. That I'm grateful for the challenge, that I'm grateful for the triggers. So I can know who I am, not who I think I am. And that I can move from where I stand, not from where I think I stand. And I think that is an accomplishment of itself. That is success on itself. Walking around and being intentional with my energy and things of that nature. This feels therapeutic. This was just supposed to be a plant talk, but this feels like I'm getting some things off my chest. I like it. I like it. I feel quite vulnerable about posting this online now, but we'll do it anyway. Who cares? Also, no one cares. I care too much, and that is a good thing. I guess caring is a good thing. At least I care. Last but not least, I wrote down, to be alive doesn't mean you are living. You are living when you start to be intentional. I find this important because I haven't been intentional for the past few years. That's not a bad thing. It ended me up here, which is not a bad place. I'm super grateful. And where I was also not a bad place. Physically, mentally, yes. And I do think that when I start to live that intentional moment in life and start to practice that with the authenticity of being myself and still researching or exploring what this is, who this is, I've found many great things about myself and also many contradictions, which is good. Life is full of contradictions, but also some things that did not align with where I thought I was. You know what I previously spoke on. Do as you are, not do as you think. Yeah, it's about time. I guess it's time to be intentional, to plant those seeds and to be consistent and trust in the self, trust in the journey, trust in the footsteps, trust in building the necessary ingredients to have a good meal too. Like, I mean, you don't build ingredients. You know what I mean though. I'm looking forward to embodying this information that was conquered through time. I think now it's just knowledge, just in the head. 2121. But I think this is also a good time, to let it soak, let it marinate, and take my time with the information. Talk to people, practice it, physical, like embody the information. Yeah, this life thing is amazing. This experience thing, being outside is amazing. It's amazing. Once again, oh yeah, now I got two plants. I started with the little aloe. Oh, you're not little, you big, you got it. And then I bought this one. So they twinning. I like that. I appreciate y'all. Oh, excuse me. I appreciate y'all for listening to music with me, for being so spiky, for being so fluid. You learn me a lot. Thank you for listening to me. I love you so much. Individually. Yeah.